Hey you guys, we are overdue for a garden tour. We did one in June and now we need to do one for July before it becomes August. So here is the July garden. So I'm gonna start at this side of the garden this time. I have these beautiful snapdragons and I need to look up the variety. I believe they're actually called night and day snapdragons, and they're so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Okay, that's down this row, and then these are all zinnias down this row, so let's go take a look. I have different colors and different varieties. Look at this little guy. Oh, just so lovely. So these really pretty, like hot pink. And the pink, oh there he is. I won't bother him again though. I stuck in some random basil here, realizing that I just needed some more basil. So I'm hoping that'll kind of bush out and get a little happier because I have lots of plans with the basil. The celosia, which I love to grow, and that's all over. I have that growing all over. It's really a pretty filler. Some more zinnias. The cardboard is for paths and like weed suppressant here. So orange and pink and this like almost just like glorious red color of zinnia. These are called senorita zinnias. And they're just layered and really cool. It's the airplane going above us right now. Then the cosmos are starting to slow. I'm pretty good about deadheading them, but they're starting to get a little bit brown, so they might be kind of on their way out-ish. But there's still some new pretty blooms. So pretty. Okay. My trusty sidekick. So these are all the tomatoes. These are so wild. They're actually wild. These are gonna kind of grow in these little tiny bunches. These are currant, yellow currant tomatoes, and they're gonna get teeny tiny. They just stay super teeny tiny, but they just like, they're gonna be really sweet. And these kind of were untamable, and so I just let them kind of grow all over the ground. Okay. Oh, here's some ripening ones. It's hard to see, but they're in here. These are ready, actually. I have so many little peppers. I have a ton of poblano peppers. These I'm actually gonna come out and harvest pretty soon. These are ready to be harvested. And then I can dry them and you can make like a powder, or you can stuff them. And they're really good. And they're super mild, so all my kids can eat the poblano peppers. They're really good. My San Marzano tomatoes are killing it. And I have a couple that I actually need, not quite this little guy, but I see a couple that could probably be harvested. Let's see, I saw one around here. These also need fertilizer, I can tell on a couple of the, here's a couple that could probably be harvested right here, actually. So pretty, they might just be my first little San Marzanos. So pretty. These guys are just really happy. And they're just coming on in droves. And then down this row are some big slicers, some Paul Robesons, and gosh, what do I have down here? Oh, atomic grapes. I'll walk down here, show you. These are atomic grape cherry tomatoes, and they're gonna get, so they're like purple on the top, and then they're gonna get red on the bottom. That's how you know they're ripe. But they're so cool looking. They have this marbling green on them. So cool. So these are gonna be really yummy cherry tomatoes. And I think that I'll dry these too and like dehydrate them, and then you can use them, plop them in soups and stuff later. Then coming back up are pumpkins, and I have some sugar pie pumpkins. And then what is this? Oh, sweet meat that I kind of put in. You can tell that I like found this at a nursery and then was like, oh yeah, why not? And train that guy to grow out that way. And then a bunch of delicata squash, like a lot of it. And I have these little guys coming on. I have some bigger ones too. These little guys coming on. Ooh, This big guy, all delicata squash, and they're like these really yummy roastable squash. They're so, so good with a little butter and maple syrup or brown sugar. Oh, they're so good. Okay, update on this side. So green beans, here's the green beans, and they're still coming on, and we've been making a lot of, I have a short about Japanese green beans that are it's really, really good to saute them up with a little bit of soy sauce. Insane. Tons of zucchini, which we've been picking and eating and giving away. So that's been kind of fun. Lots of zucchini bread. I see a big zucchini that needs to be harvested. These are my little guys. Squash, butternut squash. And they're gonna be so pretty. They're a smaller, like mini variety, so that'll be kind of fun. Some huge zucchini squash. There's another banana bread one. Oh, great. Those I'll probably grate and freeze. I have a video about that too, a short about that. They're just really easy to use the recipe that you have and then grate them and freeze them, and they last so long. My corn is getting big. It's like probably close to 8 feet tall. All my sunflowers, so cool. And they are blooming, and check this out, you guys. Oh. That is a mammoth sunflower. It's a sweet little bee, which they'll be there the rest of the summer. So pretty. That's huge. They're huge. And they're about, gosh, I would say probably 10 or 11 feet tall. So, so cool. This was my first little bloomer. He's kind of hanging on there, but we'll harvest his seeds and give them to the goaties and the chickens, and they'll love that. And then here's another one coming on. So pretty. Okay, I realized I need to trim some of these big zucchini leaves. And you can actually do that too. Well, first of all, when you get sick of having so much zucchini, which yes, it's possible, you can take a lot of these and actually prune them off. And that's actually really good for the plant. And I don't mean a lot, but I mean like you can do a third of the plant at a time, and that'll actually increase your zucchini output. These are still happy and healthy and doing great. I'm starting to get a little bit of white mildew on the leaves, but that's not that big of a deal. But they need to be trimmed because I need to save my peppers. So these are all Sugar Rush peach peppers. And they're so, so cool. They're getting huge, and then they just need to ripen. So, so cool. And they're heavy with peppers. So I'm gonna try to work on some sauces this year. And then I guess dry them and do some dehydrating and work on some pepper powder and add it to whatever. And it's so, so good on tacos or whatever it is. It's really good on eggs. Okay, some more peppers. My lemon thyme, which needs to be harvested like yesterday, like everything else. Pretty little artichokes, actually huge artichokes. They're like, gosh, they're almost 4 feet in diameter. These are growing for my brother. These are Tabasco peppers, and they've been a little sad, but they're kind of coming to life. My goal is to make Tabasco sauce because that's his favorite kind of sauce. And then last but definitely not least are my dahlias. So these are the first ones that I put in. And I have 2 rows of dahlias here. They're so pretty. So far, this is my favorite this year, and it's not done blooming. I've picked another bloom, and they just get massive. Oh, they're so pretty. I just never get sick of these. These are one of my favorites. Aren't these so cool? And they're so big. Oh. So I have a ton more coming on. This whole row hasn't even started to show, and they're actually not gonna be blooming, gosh, maybe for at least like 3 weeks. I mean, some of these are pretty small. Some of these are like 2 feet tall. But whereas the tubers, I got a lot of these tubers, this row from last year. I have a whole new row of tubers, ones that I've never ever grown before. I do know what they look like, but I've never grown them, and so I'm gonna be able to save these tubers. I know what they should look like, and the ones that I like, I'm gonna save the tubers and then grow them again for next year, and I can also like can them out and just kind of trade tubers around, which is really, really fun to do too. So I have these kind of color coordinated. This Brookside Snowball is white. Let's see. Frozen is also white. Marry Me is like a whitish purple. So those are gonna be so cool. More Brookside Snowball. What's down here? And then it gets to like pinks and purples. Let's see. Oh, more white. Okay. Farther down is Sunkissed. I have yellows this year that I'm really excited about, that I don't think that I've grown yellows in the past, so that's going to be really cool. And Andrew Charles is an orange from what I remember, and then it gets really dark colors, and then I have like a red. Uh-oh. A slug got up that high? What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's not cool. And got a couple leaves. Okay, that's a problem. But the rest are just gonna get, this one's getting so bushy, so they're about to bloom. They're getting there, and then the smaller ones are, you know, they can need some more time, but you cannot go wrong with dahlias. That's kind of the update, you guys. That is the update. That's the July update, which came a little bit late. But things are huge and massive and growing, and there are so many things that are going to be harvested, that need to be harvested. The tomatoes, which you can see even from this distance, are just coming on like crazy. They're all going to be frozen, and then I'll have one big sauce day. Even the corn. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. Look at this corn. Oh, there's a ton of it. Look at this corn. How cool. It's getting so big. Oh, so pretty. So everything's gonna come on at once, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be work, but it's gonna be such a blessing. Thanks for joining me on the garden tour, you guys. I can't wait to see what next month holds. The garden just gets wilder and wilder as the days go on, so it's just kind of fun to see where it's going. There's a lot of harvest coming up. Cut flowers just are happening constantly. A lot of squash and pumpkins, and the tomatoes are coming on in droves. And it's gonna be so fun. So those are gonna get frozen and then canned and just preserved in all kinds of different ways. So we have a lot of harvesting to do. The garden is gonna get even more wild, and we will see you on the next one.